Hello, it's my dark episode for my weekend wrap up where, hey, look, they're not uh, trying to trying to polish the floors or fumigate the house or whatever the hell that my lovely across the way neighbors were trying to do in the middle of the freaking night yesterday. It's not happening tonight because it's Monday night and you wouldn't want to keep people awake on a Monday night versus like a Sunday night or anything like that. I don't know why I bitch about it so much. It's probably because I really treasure these times of just sort of sitting in the backyard and chatting for a little bit before heading off to bed, and not having that or having to do it over the drone or whatever the heck that was kind of was depressing. Now, of course, I'm just getting the sound from my own house, which I guess I can laugh about, and I can move slightly out of the way, and it's just like a simple fan, so I'm not as worried about that. So yes, it's been a weekend. Didn't That's funny. On the weekends, I rarely get as much reading done as I want to do. Just sort of sit down time doesn't never seems to kind of appear as much as when it's a work day and I know I only have a certain many hours, so I sit down and I do actually read. And also I have all my commute time, so I actually listen to stuff. I didn't listen to any of Frankenstein by Jeanette Winterson, and I only read a little bit. I think I only read like one act of Medea. Um, Maybe I will get some more Medea done tonight and then tomorrow, because that would be nice. I can do a video on that as my little prep for Shaketober coming up, where we're gonna sink into the plays of Shakespeare. And I figured it's like, okay, Seneca is one of these guys that gets often cited as an influence on Renaissance tragedy, the revenge play of which Hamlet, which we'll do at the very end of the month of Shaketober, September. I'll have that another little reference point. Though, boy, with Medea, I'm also kind of going back into a whole bunch of the myths, the Greek myths, and all that sort of stuff, and all those tales, and how they fed into Seneca's play, because Seneca is, of course, taking it from the Greek sources, and then we have a double take with Shakespeare, who's obviously probably taking it from the Greeks, from Ovid. I think from Ovid. Well, some stuff from Ovid, some stuff from the Greeks, the Romans. It's all that sort of stuff. So it's interesting. Apparently, it was Seneca who was the first of the kind of the antiquity playwrights who was actually performed. So it's interesting that he was plucked out first as somebody that appealed to something in the in that 16th century flourishing of culture in England. So yeah, gonna do that. I got a couple of reviews done that you have popped up on this channel. The Canadian History for Dummies, which I might edit and then put out on my regular channel. It's not too long and rambling, but hey, who cares? And one on The Hill of Dreams by Arthur Machen, which I have a feeling is just something I'll keep for myself here. I don't know why. I guess I could listen to it and see how good or bad it is. Though actually, I think I may have already just uploaded it here and deleted it elsewhere, so that would make things more difficult that way. So I guess I may have already decided that. That's interesting. And I actually started gathering together some past kind of quote stuff that I've used for The Mirror and the Light. I want to get the one big one I'm looking for is the one on that long sleepless night, and the triptych. and the going through past histories of like London, like, different histories of London through the substrata. Um, but it's also been useful for just like all the return points that Cromwell keeps continually circling back on, throughout his story, and how stories he told himself got called into question. That he was always the loyal man to Wolsey, that his father was just strictly an abusive asshole. Um, the things that kind of kept him, that was his story that kept him rolling through his life, broke down at the end, and perhaps are a part of what contributed to him not being able to continue on in his own usual ways, and not keeping a hold of what the story of Henry was, a book called Henry, and how much he really kind of thought he was in control until he suddenly wasn't, or maybe just sort of a certain self-destructive streak that came out at the end, which is just like, yeah, fine, kill me, whatever. The things that I thought were true are not true, and I don't want to live, or I don't know. And just, yeah, my feelings as we went along, because I hit that quote of like, oh, who will you marry the king to now, father? And that just like, I read that line even just in isolation, and it just makes my heart, it just makes my gut kind of twist, like, oh god, I have to continue on with this book, which was a bad sign, a bad sign. So um yeah, yeah, so at least I feel like I'm entering a little bit more back into that headspace, even though I've just done the tiniest little bit of work. But maybe if I can chip away at that in little segments, I'll be able to gin myself up enough to have a little discussion about it. That would be good. So yeah, that's where I'm at this weekend. Back to work. I feel like I've had a weekend, I think. It's interesting, these 2-day weekends now versus my 3-day weekends, but um, it's making for a little variation for myself, which is okay. It's just good to sit in the backyard and chat to you about what's happened. We went to Taco Justice and got some food, and after we had a little stop at Walmart, so I got Jinja out for a little outing, because she does not get to get out that much, and is having a bit of a tough time of it with their own kind of medical recovery issues, which is tough at a time when, yeah, with her other medical things, it's like she's just not like, you're not going, she can't go out in the midst of a pandemic, even if uh, things are relatively quiet at the moment. Unfortunately, at some point they are probably going to flare back up again, and really the only way we're going to feel semi-safe is with vaccination out, and we still don't know how that world is going to be. you know is it going to be like the flu, of like, yeah, they'll make their best guess on what kind of COVID-19 it is, but there'll be variations, and there'll still be people will just come down with it, variations on it, like the flu, or what the heck will happen. I guess we don't know, and we'll have to just see what the future brings that way. It's a little bit of a downer note to end this on, but I will get up in the morning, we'll do some reading, we'll work a little bit on the mirror and the light. I'll try and put out a couple of videos that I've been working on, and that it takes me forever on my regular channel, even when I've got things done, to just get them out. There's always these little niggly details which I don't bother with on this channel, which allows me to just film a video. Basically I just go in, put on the right playlists, click I got 3 options for whatever thumbnail, click on that and unprivate it, and then we're done. And that's um, that allows for my way too many videos on this channel, which is how I like it. It's the comfort of this is just a blizzard of videos. No one's ever going to have the time to actually want to time or inclination to ever want to go through these. I don't have the time or inclination, so nobody else is going to, which gives me um, a certain sense of anonymity. Even if I had subscribers, I think I'd have that anonymity. It's just like, you know, I'm just talking to myself here. Just continual stream, and it's nothing particularly deep or insightful. It's nothing particularly revelatory. It's just me here in my backyard under the sky, and I like that. With, various driving cars going by. Actually, at the moment, I am under a not date tree. Dates? Fig. I'm under a fig tree. Jesus. Yeah, I'm under a fig tree with very either overripe figs or all those little dead figs that haven't ripened and will never ripen and will just fall off and be little pucks that will then decompose. I don't know. I'm just nattering now. Time to go to bed and read some Medea. Good night.